Hello and welcome to live coverage of the final table of the Slovak Poker Championship. High roller remaining with 6 players, and here are your chip counts. Sam Jakubowicz, 71 big blinds. Our chip leader with 1.4 million. Indinok, 42 big blinds. Relive, 38 big blinds, making the middle of the pack. And down at the bottom, Cosma, Smiler, and Frey making up the numbers. Going to be playing down to a winner today. Come into the final table with 1.4 million, so he's added 600k, which is a massive chunk of the remaining chips in play. And certainly adding to the feeling that it's his to lose at this stage. Playing an aggressive game, playing a fearless style of poker is going to get you into pretty good spots, and we've not been able to see a response from the field versus his style so far. Indinok. Ooh, interesting board here. Jakubowicz with the open ender and the backdoor flush draw. Indinok with the open ender himself. Is he going to c-bet 8-6-5 rainbow versus a wide defending range, especially from the chip leader? The defending range of someone like Jakubowicz versus one of the other medium to short stacks is going to be completely different here. Jakubowicz is going to hit this type of board a much higher amount of the time. Wow, what a card. Action Jackson, top pair for Indinok on the turn. Great card for him, but also opens the combo draw for Jakubowicz. Indinok has almost gone all in. I don't think, even facing a pot-sized bet, we could fold the open-ender flush draw here. We're pretty much getting direct equity. Let's see what he goes for. Obviously, shoving doesn't make any sense because you're just getting it in behind, but taking your price does make sense. But the thing is, it does become quite interesting with that 90k behind on brick rivers sometimes. You've still got chips behind. Well, we know what your hand is anyway, but this now is starting to become quite fascinating because Indinok has shown his hand. So is there a possibility for Jakubowicz to miss? No, he just drills the 9 of diamonds for the straight and the flush. Hard luck there for Indinok. A bit of a misstep with the 4-3 offsuit in one of the prior hands, defending versus under the gun, check raising King 5 in absolutely no man's land. And unfortunately there makes a straight on the river versus a backdoor flush of our chip leader, Jakubowicz, running hot and playing pretty well. Fascinating developments so far on the final table. Indinok had come in to our final table second in chips and already having to bite the bullet and bust in 6th for the min cash of 1200. Good news for players like Cosma and Sebastian Smiler coming in on the shorter stacks. Jakubowicz now just laying down the hammer here with the ace deuce of hearts. You love to see it. I don't think it's going to be enough gusto to maneuver Cosma out here. We do have to take our spots, and this is certainly one of those with the ace queen suited. Yeah, we've got, 70%. Sometimes we're going to be out 3 times out of 10 for sure, but if he wins here, he's going to be up to just over 1.2 million. Jakubowicz 1.8. Then he would only need to win a medium-sized pot versus the chip leader to then take the initiative himself. 8-8-5, bringing potential chops. Not the best flop for Cosma. Looking for some kind of spade on the turn. So 10 needs to fade a 10, a 5, or a little ducky to stay alive. Any other card gives him the full double. The queen will do it. Just going to peel for Jakobowicz as Smiler in the small blind ace-king offsuit, who's basically played 0 hands, just been blinding out so far. It's not been a final table to remember from Smiler. He has made the pay jump to 1550, which is worth something for sure. Not actually able to see Yariver's hand, but the interesting thing about the short stack going all in for 4.5 big blinds is the fact that it reopens the action. So for Jakobowicz as well, Yariver in a tempting spot here, facing what you'd imagine to be a relatively weak button call, is going to rejam and gets rid of Jakobowicz. So on the backs, gentlemen, ace-king for Smiler, we know that much. Let's see what Yariver has gone for the rejam with king-queen offsuit. So would have been a nice spot for the 7s.
Yeah, but also when you complain, you win. So,
okay. Also, if you stand.
Yeah, stand up.
It's a 1 in poker. It's a new.
Looking good.
4-5.
Clean as a whistle, 6-3 deuce. Jack on the turn, no help. Looking for a queen and a queen only, else Smiler is going to be getting almost a triple up here. 5 on the end. 7s would have eliminated both players. And I think in a spot like that, where your opponent could be rejamming essentially his entire opening range, it could have been a good call with the 7s there for sub 20 big blinds. Never mind. Jakobowicz laying down the gauntlet with the open jam, ace-8 suited, just saying to the field, look, if you want to party, you're going to have to play for all of it. Frey in the small blind is going to put in the 3s here, not particularly the best spot, but Yariver in the big blind, waking up with the ladies, Queen of Clubs, Queen of Diamonds. What a beautiful sight to see versus an all-in and a call. And Frey is under it. He's going to need a tray to stay alive. So a tray for Frey. Jakobowicz looking for a pointy one. The ace would eliminate 2 players unless it comes alongside a queen or a 3. What are we going to see here? Is it to be a double elimination, or is it going to... Oh, a 3 in the window. 4-4-3, so a 4 needed for Yariver now to reverse the boat. Deuce on the turn. Now he loses to a 5 as well as an ace, as Jakobowicz would win a huge side pot. 5 on the end. Yariver getting it in. Good 3 ways. Queens versus 3s versus ace-8 gets done.
I want to have it there.
Nice spot for you.
Absolutely brutal. Lovely equities position. But the sick thing about tournament poker is, you know, in cash games, you could say, oh, you know, playing loads of hands, you know, variance will even itself out in the end. Sometimes in tournaments, you only get this spot very infrequently, and your months and years can be defined by how you run in the highest equity all-ins. Getting it in as a huge favorite there. Only had to fade the ace or the 3, and even with the 3, he was likely to win the side pot, but the 3 and the wheel come at the same time, rendering him out in 5th for 1550. Wow, look at this. Just Jakobowicz running away with it at this stage. 2.5 million. Coming in with 1.4, he's added 1.1 million to his stack. And just for reference, the second largest stack coming into the final table was Sergei Indanok with 835k. So he's managed to maneuver about 1.5x second in chips stack away from the rest of the field. And he just seems to have this great timing of going after his opponent, getting it through, and then the next time he's got it. Oh no, and look at this. It's an overpair versus an open-ender and an overcard. Queen 10 huge on Jack 9-6, and Queens feeling mighty fine about their holding as well. Let's see the sizing. I have the strange feeling it's not going to be this sub 1/3 kind of semi-uncommitted size that we've seen in the last hand. There you go. 100 this time. Just a call from the Queen 10. Could have been a spot where you could look to check raise, but massive turn for the Queen 10. Pings the nuts, the 8 of hearts. And also a half decent card for you, Kobowitz, as well, in terms of picking up a straight draw, added equity. Something that you can never shy away from, but what a turn card for Cosma there. Was looking a bit dicey on the flop. And he pretty much only had one pull, because any kind of brick was going to be barreled by the queens, of course. So Cosmo won't believe his luck when he watches this one back later on. Another call from Cosma. Playing it call out of position. Oh, wow, and the 10 of hearts. What a run out. Jakobowicz now finds the chop. How's your luck? Our French chip leader is absolutely steamrolling through the table, and he's avoided a crucial spot here. Imagine the river was a 6, an 8. Snap call, Queen 10. I've got the queens. Unlucky pal. What a run out for Cosma. He is shaking his head. He had his opponent exactly where he wanted him for the first time. Cosma limping under the gun. Jakobowicz all in. Schmeiler with king queen suited here. Wow. What a spot for Schmeiler. He's been so card dead as well. So it's very tempting in this spot just to be like, well, this is the best hand I've seen. I'll flick it in. But you need to be situationally orientated in your decision making. What on earth is this? King, queen suited, king, jack suited, ace, king off, 6s for the 4. As there's only one king remaining in the deck, and that gives Jakobowicz with the 6s 45% equity. Incredible. Could be a double elimination here. Frey just too short stacked, worth the gamble with the king jack. Maybe didn't feel like Cosmo was going to be limp calling all that much. And there it is, clean as a whistle, 7-4-4, no counterfeit opportunities. 10 on the turn. It's looking absolutely brutal for the field. Frey and Cosma looking to find a jack or an ace respectively. A king also does it for Cosma, but not to be. Double elimination as Jakobowicz has absolutely steamrolled the final table here. No one's been able to have so much as a sniff of victory. And you could see how happy Schmeiler is sat there as everybody else has hit the rail and the job's been done for him. He's just laddered from 2,000 to 3,950 euros in one hand and has 11 big blinds left. So Jakobowicz coming into this final table of 6 with 3.8 million from the 1.4. And it looks like we're going to be taking a 15-minute break before the heads up. Congratulations to Jakobowicz, and Schmeiler will be right back. Just has to get through. Sebastian Smiler sat there on the short stack. Could be quick work, or we could see an ensuing battle commencing. Let's see. So now up to 10 big blinds, 8 dues. Probably going to have to fold at this stack depth. He does. So not the most exciting start to the heads up after a ferocious start. First 2 hours, we've seen the Koblenz make some strong hands, make some strong plays, and 4 guys to the rail. Quick work so far, the Frenchman. Is it going to be a continuation of that in the heads up, or are we going to see Schmeiler, who's just sat there lurking in the shadows, managed to find 2,800's worth of pay jumps so far, making it all the way from a position coming into this final table where he was second shortest in chips. And Jakobowicz shoves with the 8-6 suited, gets called by Jack-7 here. Pretty thin call from Schmeiler. So off we go. First all-in of our heads-up match. 8-6 of hearts versus Jack-7. What's it to be? Is it going to be a continuation of the run good of Jakobowicz as he flops the flush? Schmeiler, though, not out of it just yet with the Jack of hearts himself. Looking for a heart and a heart only to stay alive. Is it to be a quick wrap-up from Jakobowicz here on the final table? Can he fade the heart? Yes. There is the flush for Jakobowicz. The hands are being shook. And it's going to be 6,400 going to him. And 3,950 going to Schmeiler. So a deserved champion, Jakobowicz, came in with the game plan. We could see that from the first hand, shoving in the 7s there for a lot of big blinds, setting the tone, and continued to do so in a relentless pursuit of this title. So your chip leader and winner, of course, coming into the final table with the big chip lead, managing to secure the win, is Jakobowicz. And here at the Slovak Poker Championship, that is going to crown a champion in a record-breaking time, just over 2 hours. Congratulations to Jakobowicz. He's going to have a photo with the trophy and bolstering his Hendon Mob resume ever further. There is the beautiful trophy, the high roller champion here at the Slovak Poker Championship. Keep your eyes peeled over on all of the updates and info over at spadepoker.com. We're going to have the official ceremony as the cards are readied and the chips stack is built for Jakobowicz. Standing there a little bit nervously, nothing to be nervous about. A mighty fine final table performance. Ran good when he needed to. The 8-6 of hearts. Just the cherry on top, flopping the flush in his first all-in for the trophy. Letting out a wry smile now.